All right, hey guys, Jason here. We're back up here. We're at Chevy dealer here in Statesboro. This is Franklin Chevy GMC, great dealership. And we're going to talk today about credit app, okay, for you when you're buying a new car. It's important, but also note, we got the GMCs here. We got the Colorados. Notice we already got rid of the one Colorado work truck is gone. We were just up here a couple days ago. It was here. Like I said, so they are moving. People have asked me to do a review on that work truck, and they don't have it here. So I will, like I said, when I get up to Vaden next time, I will see about trying to do a review on a work truck. People have asked about it, but I knew that one was gone because I already called. I checked on it a couple days after you said that. Already out of here. When I find an actual true base model work truck again, I will definitely do a review on it for you. And I also am waiting for Vaden. I want to get up there and get a, I'm going to do a full-size ZR2 2025 when I get one in, ZR2 Silverado for you too. So we got a lot of vehicles in the works that we're going to get into here that I'm working with dealerships on. As soon as they start rolling in, we'll start making those happen. But what we're going to talk about today, credit app, okay? Your credit app on your vehicle. So you're out here, you're getting ready to buy a brand new truck. You're looking at it, you're calling around, you're calling dealerships. And let's say, for example, this one, look at this gorgeous one, 3-liter diesel, Z71 package on this, Trail Boss package on it. Look how gorgeous that truck is, straight up amazing. And you want that one, and we got one here, we got another one, we got them, whatever case is, you're looking for, you know, you're calling dealers and you're checking for this. And you're about to buy one. What about this credit app thing, okay? Because this is a big one. Some dealers today, you might call them and say, hey, I want to know what the out-the-door price is on this vehicle, on this. I'm thinking about buying one. And they'll say, great, let's give me your information. Let's come in and sit down and talk about it. You're like, well, no, I'm not going to sit down and talk about it. I got to, you know, I'm working some dealerships. I just need the out-the-door price. I want to know where it is. And they say, well, we only give the out-the-door price if you get a credit application. No. Not gonna happen, okay? Or other ones. Well, why don't you come in, you know, I'm looking for this Z71, or I'm looking for whatever it is. Again, the truck doesn't matter. Hey, you know, happy dealership, I'm calling you up because I'm in here and I'm looking at this, and this looks like a good truck. What is my prices on here? What kind of numbers are we gonna get? Well, let's run a credit app and see where you're at, and then we know where you can be, and we can give you actual real numbers. No. Okay, understand that. No, how about this? You know, same, it doesn't matter what it is. Oh, I've been watching these things. I'm thinking about buying one, but I don't know what my monthly payment on one of these will be. What do you got? What are these things normally going for if I wanted to finance it for 5 years? Let's run a credit app and see where you stand. No, okay? The credit app trick the dealerships do with this, which is rare, okay? It's a pretty shady dealer that does this, okay? So it's not very common, but there are some out there, and I've even experienced them when I bought my dad's Cadillac for him. I didn't buy it with my money. I helped him get it though, and we worked the deal. But even in there, I had it happen to me 2 times from a Cadillac dealer, okay? And it's very rare, but twice out of one dealership, or out of one brand, is really unique. But twice I had him say, well, let's get him to run a credit app for me so we can, what are you talking about? Did you just say that to me? Did I just not tell you that I buy a new truck every single year and I know how this game works and I'm not playing games with you and here's exactly what I'm looking for? And you actually said to me, let's run a credit app when I don't even know the numbers yet? Did you really just say that to me? Don't play that game. Okay, you don't need to run a credit app until one thing is completely done. That is everything. You do not need your credit app. You don't care what the monthly payment is. I'm expecting you to already know what your credit is. Okay, you might even already know what your financing rate is if you check with some of your credit unions and things like that, or your own personal bank, but you're expected to already know what your credit rate is. And you can get your credit rate and find out where you are for free, where it doesn't impact your credit. But if a dealership runs your credit, that's a hit on your credit. If you get 3 or 4 dealerships running your credit, you may go to buy a truck and realize you can't do it. And you got to go back to one of them because you just took your score that you tried to build up and you finally got to like 740, and that puts you in that upper tier and you're going to be okay. But now all of a sudden you went in and you checked with 4 dealerships and all 4 ran your credit. Now you're down at 680. Or 690, and you can't get the car at that tier level you want anymore. Why? Because you let them run your credit. Okay, so you don't want to play these games. The only time you are going to let them run credit, or you are going to fill out a credit app, is after the whole entire thing is done and there is a buyer's purchase agreement. The buyer's purchase agreement is what you do for everything. Now, some will require a deposit before finishing, or at the time you do a buyer's agreement. I am okay with that. Okay, some people are not. Like, no, I'm not giving them a deposit for a buyer's agreement. I do, especially if I'm buying from out of state or out of town where I have to travel a ways. I want the buyer's agreement. And if I'm going there to buy it anyway, I don't have a problem giving them $500 on a credit card to lock that in and keep that buyer's agreement there, saying that I am going to buy it from you. We have already been past the negotiation stage. We have already been through all that. Now it's finalizing, and I want a true, legit piece of paper showing a buyer's agreement that I can sign, showing a credit card deposit paid on it, locking this deal in, and everything is finalized. And once I have that, then I'll let them run my credit app. Till then, no way in hell. Not happening under any circumstances. Any dealership that tells you otherwise, or that they need to run your credit to give you a payment, they need to run your credit to give you an out-the-door price, they need to run your credit to see how much money you have to put down, they need to know. What they're trying to do is make it where you're forced to buy from them because they already have your credit on file. You've already vested into the situation. You are already part of the deal. You're already in it, and then they have you by the short and curlies, and we don't like that. And it is a sick game and twisted game that a lot of dealerships, not a lot, some do play. Don't play that game. It is your money, it is your purchase, you are in control of the deal, and the last thing you want to be doing is giving anybody your credit information where they are going to run it and jack it up. And then there's also, I don't remember which one it was, whether it was Jalopnik or Motor One or one of them, somebody, I remember back when I first started doing the truck stuff on his channel, had an article about that there were dealerships in Michigan that were actually running people's credit 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 times to try and bring it down so that they could get them a tier lower and get them at a higher interest rate. I don't remember which article or who wrote that, but I'm not going to go look it up. But I mean, there is a lot of shady stuff that happens out there. Your credit app is something that needs to be ran one time by the dealer you are buying from, and after the agreement and the deal and everything has already been made. Anything otherwise is unacceptable, 100%. You will also get them that want to run your credit app so that they know, and they will say, well, this way we know how much of the vehicle you can actually finance versus your down payment. What they really mean is we also need to know how much credit you have so that we know how much you got to have down, so we know if we're going to get any F&I stuff out of you, what extent we can put that, how far we can push that limit, because it varies based on your credit tier. There's all different reasons they want it. The number one reason they want it is they want it because it locks you to that specific dealership, whether you know it or not. And they will even tell you that, well, I found it at this place for a little, less money. Well, you know what? You already got a credit app with us. We've already ran your credit. If they run it, you might get another hit on your credit, and you may not be able to get the tier you're looking for, and it's more fuel in their tool bag. Okay, again, it is not a every dealership tactic like OTD is, where a lot of dealers play that. This is a more specific one, but it is part of the shady game. Remember, the dealerships, there are still a lot of good dealers out there. There really is, but there's so many bad ones now that just bury those, that they got all these games that they play and all these tricks that they pull that are disgusting. It's like they just thrive on trying to get every single penny they can out of you and cheat you out of everything they can. And those are the bad dealerships. They're not all like that. Like I said, where I live at here, in this little podunk town of Statesboro, Georgia, a little college town stuck in the middle of farmland and swampland everywhere, the dealerships here are great. Most of them are owned by Franklin, J.C. Lewis, or Jimmy Britt, or Vaden. These are the ones that are here. And there's also some other ones like, O.C. Welch, and you got Metter, and there's some great dealerships here. But every one of these dealerships, I've talked to these people extensively. And we have bought trucks and cars from them. And they do a fantastic job. This is not the case in many places. When I lived in Michigan, shady dealers were the norm. Okay, shady dealers look at the news that we see right now today. Every time that we got LaFontaine in Michigan right now, selling used vehicles is new, cheating people out of everything they can, playing all these games. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of scam dealerships. Illinois is another one. Okay, the Chicago area, the dealerships around there, they are so scummy. The majority, there's still a couple good ones, but this is the world we live in. Your credit app is not a toy to be played with. And do not think for a second, it's like getting medical attention, okay, or medical stuff, medical advice. You go to a doctor and he tells you you're going to die tomorrow, you probably want to get a second opinion. okay? And then maybe a third and a fourth. Don't just take his word for it. It's no different. If a dealership is telling you something that makes you a little antsy, even if he's like, well, this is the way we got to do it, we can't give you a price until you give us this credit app. We can't give you a payment and tell you this. We won't let you test drive until you do a credit app because we need to know you're serious. Wham. You know, I mean, like I said, don't tolerate that stuff. Go to a different dealer. It's not the way it has to be. Your credit app is a tool they will use against you, yet it is a vital tool that you need in your arsenal. Do not let them have it till the buyer's agreement is done, till it is paid for. Again, the deposit does not scare me because I'm already planning on buying it. If I'm traveling out of state to go pick up a truck, I want that buyer's agreement. I want it signed. I wanted a legit deal. Everything in writing, 100%, not some stupid little foursquare. I want the whole entire thing listed, everything, even down to shop fees and disposable rag costs. I want it all on that buyer's purchase agreement. I want my rate. I want everything. I want everything done and signed. And then, like I said, that's when we start talking about credit apps. Okay, and running it. That's when the reality happens. So that's my advice for you. You know, when you're at that stage, then you can do it. Till you're at that point and everything's been agreed upon, I would not play that game one bit. Like I said, questions, comments, anything you got, put them down below. Thanks for watching.